And a leg session it was that went down at Ultimate Finesse in Llansamlet, Swansea, South Wales style E with me, PT Welsh, in the house. For over 12 months, this has taken a backseat, this style of training, where we're looking at increasing the volume, intensity, adding additional exercises, hitting muscles from different angles, trying to get them to not just only grow in dimension, but also become better in terms of endurance, fullness, thickness. Getting them lean is easy, getting them strong is easy. We've done a powerlifting program, which we're now moving away from. This transitional period over the next, I would say, 3 to 4 months, it will take to get back to full bore style leg workouts. What you're witnessing here is most probably a 30 to 50% PT Welsh leg workout, which is still reasonable, but there's absolutely no need on this planet, or even on fucking Mars or Jupiter, for you to get your fingers stuck in a silly pie and to be putting the amount of volume in that your body doesn't need to respond now. Put as much as it needs to respond, add the additional intensity, additional exercises session by session, go by feel, take it to the max, and then assess how long it's taking you to recover from DOMs and from you to feel sort of worn down in the legs, and then repeat. But don't repeat identically, add something different. Increase the intensity, log the workouts, make sure you got a bit more weight on the bar. All them things come into play because progression will be the key for getting the intensity high enough to grow the legs. Nice little warm-up, almost pre-exhaust with extensions. Nautilus leg extensions are fantastic actually. They hit right on the spot of the vastus medialis and also on the sweep of the outer head of the quadriceps. We did keep these in. We did them in bands of 5, typically no kit, so no belt, no knee wraps, very little rest, a minute, 2 minutes rest between sets, and we did them piston like up and down, no lockouts. We did start locking out towards the end on the higher weights, but you see what I mean, it's just above parallel, quad dominant. We could sit in the hole, so we actually did a set at the end for 180, we back down set, but we did sit in the hole and hold it, just to activate that style of muscle. But we're not doing the strength work, doubles, triples, singles at the moment. So it was all about working up in 5s to a top weight today of 220, which is on the bar right now. There was more in the tank there, we didn't have a spotter with us. Rep 2 actually, we've had an incident, I would say approximately 8 weeks back now, where both spinal rectors locked out to a point where I couldn't walk for 2.5, 3 weeks. Couldn't tie shoelaces, couldn't wipe my own ass actually. And that ain't no fun. To get the dog to wipe your ass for you, because the dog doesn't do a good job. But I felt it slightly on rep 2, we leaned forward, that low back felt like it was going to lock again, so I had to intentionally rep 3, lean back slightly. So we're getting through the squats. These are the pause squats, went back down to 180, again not too much rest between sets. Chin up, chest out, look at that, look upwards, focus on a point on the floor or a point in the mirror. Because if you're looking forwards, you're going to fall forwards, simple. Stance for me is a little bit more than about shoulder width apart. Feet go at about 5 to 1 on a face of a clock, and that is good stance. It's not my best, most powerful stance, because that happens when we come a little wider again. But due to a torn up and detached tendon right on the inside of the groin region, it is still partially detached. There is a protrusion of a lump on the inside, right about 2 inches along the side from my ding dong, and it will remain there for life. And that was done leg pressing about 13 years back. Hence, I won't go super heavy in leg pressing. We'll do TUT work with that, or high rep work. We'll pre-exhaust. But look at these for work sets. So every repetition was a single, slow controlled up TUT. Squeeze the throttle of a car, and when you get to the top, squeeze back off and squeeze hard again. Vastus medialis, teardrops, massively getting hit here, and the outer sweep of the quads. All focus is on this style of work. When you do get lean enough and diet down, every striation across the nation is going to be revealed. You're going to be a vascular motherfucking sexy bitch. You will have shape, you will have size, you'll have a bit of everything. But you need to focus on that part of the quadricep actually, and I do that by pointing my toes towards my head. So you're using that motion in your head intentionally to overemphasize, actually point the toes backwards. So we're looking at plantar flexion and plantar extension. Plantar extension, pointing the toes away from the body or toward the camera, toward us, or plantar flexion towards, and then you get a deep contraction in that vastus medialis. Around the knee teardrop, you get a massively deep contraction in. So I would advise this for people who are slightly lagging or weak around the knee area. There's a single rep. We kept doing an upset with this. That means we kept adding more weight, and we kept the reps nice and controlled up to the top, squeezing you there. Next rep, no rest at the bottom, squeeze, and a double. We're never resting the quads at any point in time, and we're getting the maximal contraction at the top, because this is how you're going to develop those pathways to a thicker, fuller set of quadriceps. We had to do a bit of rest pausing now. Like I said, we're not up to the level we should be at currently. When I use the word should, nobody should take it for granted they can do that level of volume overnight. And if you do, you're most probably going to be overtraining. You're late for 10 days, and you most probably won't fucking be able to hack it. Not for 6 months straight. Why not sensibly, like I'm doing now, demonstrating, progressively add exercises, progressively add ideas, keep the weight reasonably heavy, intense, keep the rest down, log everything you're doing, and add some more next time. So every 5th day at the moment, I think I'm recovering, so at the moment I'll do legs every 5th day, 4th or 5th day. And we'll keep at least one heavy movement there, whether that's squats. Next time we might do the leg press. Who knows? But there will be an array of every angle of that muscle hit, because in 6 months we need a bigger, fuller, thicker, harder, denser, more mature muscle. How much more mature do you want, you 40-year-old motherfucking sexy bitch? Anyway, continuing on. These next time now will just feel as today. Legs were a little bit jelly like at this stage, so I just kept it light, no spotters. We might go put another 50 on 100 case side. Relatively easy to do that, and every week just add a bit more till we get to bonkers point. And I don't want to be bonkers again. I don't want to be putting 600 or 700 kilos on my leg press like previous, with good form and good strength, because that is asking for other issues in the knees, in the hips, in the lower back region, thoracic region. Keep the tension on the muscle and not on the fucking joints. Finishing up on unilateral work. This hammer Nautilus machine is fantastic actually. One, it doesn't fucking hurt your, wouldn't use the word ankle, it's your shin bone, well protected, and it comes around your neck, as you can see. At the top of the movement, it offers the most resistance. Smack. So we did 4 reps, cadence 2 up, 2 down, and then 4 reps, cadence 2 up, holding you there, squeeze, contract, not just hold, point that toe backwards, get the vastus medialis going, pump the fuck out of it, and then switch to the other side. Taken to failure. So these were taken to failure. Squats were worked quite hard and intense today. Leg press was 40%, 50% possibly. But the leg extensions, the bilateral, which you've seen a little bit earlier in this video, they were taken to failure, but not forced. We did a rest pause, but not forced. In future, we'll have training partners or people in the gym just to get the extra few reps out, force reps near the end, because that will take us from stagnation, from plateau, to the next level. Take me to the next level, I'm beyond you, sexy motherfucking bitches, all of the ultimate finesse. Part of Muscle Finesse in Swansea Clansamlet. Thank you very much, Dean Delta Thomas. There's PT work with myself coming out of this place, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. There are other slots available on a weekend and on evenings, but they are very few and far between. Drop me a PM, drop me an email at evsfeb1978@gmail.com.